Hello and welcome to part 2. In part 1 of my Oscar predictions for 2012, I covered what I think will win and what I think should win for the categories of Best Picture, Best Director, Best Lead Actress, Best Lead Actor, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Supporting Actor. Now we get into part 2, where I should cover about 7 or 8 more categories, hopefully. And we start off here with Best Original Screenplay. The nominees are Michael Hasanavicius for The Artist. I'm not going to bother pronouncing some of these names, right? So, Best Original Screenplay, the nominees are The Artist, Bridesmaids, Margin Call, Midnight in Paris, and A Separation. I've seen The Artist and Midnight in Paris. What do I think will win? Midnight in Paris. Midnight in Paris, it had a great script and the script made it feel so lively, and I think without the way they spoke, really, I don't think you would have had a true understanding of how this character really felt and was really in love with Paris in the springtime and in the 1920s. And I just feel the script made the characters perfectly developed, and that really adds. And yeah, I think that's why it will win. As for what I think should win, Midnight in Paris for Woody Allen for Midnight in Paris. That was one hell of a screenplay. I feel it just the icing on the cake, the cherry on top was it. I think without the script it wouldn't have been as good as it was. So that's I can't really go into in depth with that one. I'm sorry, but I if you see the movie you'll know what I mean. Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees are The Descendants, Hugo, The Ides of March, Moneyball, and Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Although I do think that Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy had a very good script, riveting dialogue, and I think that dialogue just was what kept me on the edge of my seats. I think what will win for Best Adapted... No, not what will win, what should win. The Best Adapted Screenplay is The Descendants. The Descendants, it's just, I could tell, there were lines where I'm like, I could have gone this direction with that in writing the dialogue or the screenplay, but thankfully they didn't. They went the real way, the good way. And I feel The Descendants is just so totally well written, and it felt so real, and that really helped the actors out, I think, with The Descendants. As for what I think will win, now that's a tough one. I'm not too sure. My mind's telling me it's either going to go to one of the two movies on here which I haven't seen, and that's for Ides of March and Moneyball. It's something in me, and it's telling me that it's going to go to the Ides of March. I seriously don't know why I think that, but I just think it will. I think it's important for political dramas to have well-written dialogue. Otherwise, it's just going to be a snooze fest. And I think it will win. I have that feeling. I think it will win. As for Best Animated Film, the nominees are A Cat in Paris, Chico and Rita, Kung Fu Panda 2, Puss in Boots, and Rango. I've only seen Kung Fu Panda 2 and Rango. I haven't seen any of the others. Yeah, no one's bloody well heard of Chico and Rita, as far as I would say. But, I mean, I think the exact majority of people who haven't heard of A Cat in Paris, I have actually. I knew what it was. Reason why I don't want to see A Cat in Paris is, well, at least why I didn't want to see it in the cinemas, was it's only like an hour and 3 minutes. I just, I kind of feel I don't want to pay heaps of money to see something that's that short. And I feel like such a monster saying that because it should only really be judged on the quality of the movie, but I don't think A Cat in Paris will have the quality to make up for me paying heaps to only see an hour and 3 minutes. Um, okay, what do I think should win? I think Kung Fu Panda 2 should win. Kung Fu Panda 2 is just as good as the first, and the first Kung Fu Panda was great. I was shocked, blown away at how good it was, because I avoided seeing it in the cinemas because I thought it just looked bad. Then when a friend suggested it to me, I rented it out, watched the movie, and I loved it. Kung Fu Panda 2, I saw in the cinema, and it was wonderful. Just as good as the first. Maybe better, but I don't think it's quite better. But it was just as good as the first, and it puts great use to 3D. Just as good use of 3D as Hugo. Sadly, I don't think Kung Fu Panda 2 will win. What do I think will win? Rango. And Rango's deserving. I just... Rango just missed out on my top 20 of 2011, and Rango is great. Rango's adult... no, not in that term. It's sophisticated, it's smart, it's funny, and it's clever, and it's like their animated film, which is for everyone, which I think the Academy's really looking for, and that's why I think Rango will win. And I will have nothing against Rango winning. It's pretty deserving. Okay, now the best foreign language film. The nominees are Bullhead, Footnote, In Darkness, Monsieur Lazare, and A Separation. What do I think should win? Don't ask me. I haven't seen any of these movies. Whoa. Yeah, I know I haven't seen any of these movies. I don't know. They just haven't really gone on release here in New Zealand. Maybe they got some at Film Festival. I'll have to check out if they did actually. And then I'll not forgive myself for skipping them out and never hearing of them. Although, yeah, but A Separation's been getting a lot of buzz. I think A Separation will win. No doubt about it. I'm kind of... what I think will win for Best Foreign Language Film, and also the next category, Best Documentary, I'm willing to bet money on what will win. I'm kind of willing to bet money that A Separation will win Best Foreign Language Film. It sounds so expertly done, and I as with most foreign language films, riveting. You know, dialogue, family dramas, keep me on the edge of your seats. And I think it touches on kind of like families and families falling apart, crumbling apart, not going the way they should. I think that's kind of the subject matter the Academy looks for, and I think it will win. And then I'll have to check it out if it does win. Now, for Best Documentary, the nominees are Hell and Back Again, If a Tree Falls, A Story of the Earth Liberation Front, Paradise 3, Portagony, okay, Pina, and Undefeated. Okay, yet again, I haven't seen any of the movies on this list. There is one which kind of takes my fancy on this list, and I did kind of want to see, but I just never got around to seeing it. And it is what I think will win. And that is Pina. Pina will win. There's no doubt about it. It's Pina's year. Pina will win. I'm willing to bet money on it. I'm willing to bet $10, I'll say, that Pina will win Best Documentary. Because it apparently it's a documentary, a 3D documentary that uses 3D how it should be, and and it's supposed to be a love letter to dance and Pina Bausch, and Wim Wenders, who directed it, was very good friends with Pina Bausch, and I think it's one of those documentaries that's going to pull on the heartstrings, and it's just so expertly done because this director, I know, I've heard, he had real passion for making this documentary, and he kind of put a halt onto it when Pina died, so that should kind of help out with this winning best documentary, and I can just tell that Pina will be a great film, and I can tell it's going to win best documentary. No doubt about it, it will win. Okay, best cinematography. And the nominees are The Artist, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Hugo, The Tree of Life, and Warhorse. I've seen The Artist, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and Hugo, and what do I think will win? The Tree of Life. No doubt about it. I mean, it could lose to some of these other four, but I feel the Tree of Life will. I've seen trailers. It looks amazing. And I think I heard Terrence Malick was like, or whoever did the cinematography, spent years, like 15 years, gathering up the shots for the movie. I just feel that's got real passion for it, and it just looks out. They look painting quality is how good they look, and I think it just will definitely win, and it has something behind it. I can just tell on it. Tree of Life will win, definitely. Tree of Life will win. As for what I think should win, now that was such a hard one. I was thinking, Hugo, Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. Hugo, Girl with a Dragon Tattoo. I'm going to have to say now, and although the artist has got great cinematography, but The Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, I think, should win. Because it's got that dark feel to it. Every shot's done perfectly, and it's like, oh, you don't know what's what, and that cinematography really helps with the feel and how the confusing tone that movie had going with it, and that's why I think it should win. But I most likely lose to The Tree of Life, which I feel if I will see it, I think it should win, but I haven't seen it. And now, just quickly, Best Editing. And the nominees are The Artist, The Descendants, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Hugo, and Moneyball. Okay, editing, I just had a change of heart. I thought it should go to The Artist. No. I think it should go to Hugo. Hugo had great editing. It just you knew what was going on the entire time, and the editing kind of helped that out. The cuts, everything, great. As for what I think will win, The Artist. The Artist, I think, will win that award. That one's got excellent editing as well, but I think Hugo should win. They're cut so well, put together so well, just everything's tied up in a bow nicely with the editing. But I think The Artist will win. I think Hugo should win. So that was part 2. Make sure to check out part 3 coming up probably tomorrow morning.